This is Lie Detector, the only program on television dedicated to finding the truth. Over the next hour, the world's foremost lie detection expert, Dr. Ed Gelb, will use the most exacting scientific device, the Axeton polygraph instrument, to separate fact from fiction, truth from lie. Now, the host of Lie Detector, Rolanda Watts.
Welcome to Lie Detector, everybody. First off, we'd like to clear up a common fallacy about the polygraph before we begin. You see, most folks believe that it's not allowed in court. Well, the truth is that the results of a polygraph can be used in legal proceedings, and also governmental agencies can use them for background checks. In the next hour, we are going to use this technology to find the truth and expose deception wherever it may be found.
Remain still. The test is about to begin.
First up, Nicole Manueli, a grade school teacher who stands accused of making a terrorist threat against her principal.
I have never threatened to kill anyone with a gun, to hurt anyone in my entire life.
She lost her job and claims her coworker set her up. Then there's George Jordan, a church-going man who claims he is wrongly accused of trafficking crack cocaine.
From my point of view, this could happen to anybody.
Was George's parking lot bust a travesty of justice, or is he, as the cops claim, just another junkie? And finally, remember Squiggy, that lovable greaseball from Laverne and Shirley? Well, the poor guy has faced years of accusations that he was a drunk. He's been fired from jobs, but today he is here to reveal a painful secret.
I knew that I had a bad day, but I was so sick.
The question is this secret the real reason why he was fired from several productions? Or was he really a drunk, as accused by his bosses?
My manager called me in the middle of the night, and he screamed in the phone, "What's wrong with you? Have you been drinking?"
Trust me, you don't want to miss this on Lie Detector. I bet all of us at some time or another have said something in a moment of anger that we immediately regretted. Our first story is a warning for everyone, especially in these post-9/11 days. If you think about it, a threat, no matter how idle, can actually have some very serious consequences, especially for people with quick tempers. Laws like the Patriot Act make shooting off your mouth as much of an offense as, say, firing off your gun. Just ask our first guest. On campuses all over the country, on most every day of the year, our children clomp through the locker-lined hallways of higher learning. Their well-being, their safety, and education entrusted in the hands of a special group of people, teachers. But what if your child's teacher was judged by their peers as unstable, or even worse, a terrorist? That's what happened to former elementary school teacher Nicole Manueli. Nicole's life changed forever the day she reported for work at her school. All agree that a misunderstanding surrounded Nicole's status. Would she be teaching in her usual spot or reassigned to an entirely different school? Nicole's name was absent from the school staff list, which only added to the confusion. Chaos turned to hurt feelings as Nicole sought the principal for answers. In official documents, both agree the meeting did not go well. It's at that point accounts differ. Nicole says she quickly left the administrator's office, humiliated and in tears. Others claim they heard Nicole say something along the lines of, "If I had a gun right now, I'd blow his head off." Her threat of federal violation has cost Nicole her job. Can the lie detector help return her to the classroom to teach? Or is the lesson completed if the school teacher flunks? Nicole, you come to us today, a second grade teacher accused of being a terrorist.
Yes, that's what happened to me.
How did you end up in this situation?
An anonymous person made the claim that I allegedly said I was going to get a gun and blow off the head of the principal. He makes me so sick.
You're saying you never said that?
No, I never said that.
Did you say anything like I could strangle you, I could
No.
throw you on the ground, I could...
Never.
I'm gonna get you.
Never.
So, Nicole, how does this happen? How are you slapped with a charge of terrorist threat?
Someone in the office wanted to get rid of me, and since they had absolutely no reason to get rid of me professionally, they did this to me.
You were slapped with Section 422 of the California Penal Code. which says that no person shall by force or threat of force willfully injure, intimidate, or threaten any other person. Is there anything in that law that you're guilty of?
No, no.
So let's talk about the day you were arrested. What happened that day?
They coincided this with the time everyone left school. There was many parents on campus, students, staff, all roaming around. A uniformed police officer stood outside my room, head of personnel came into my room, handed me a letter, said, "Get all your stuff, stay off the campus, and do not go on any district property until we notify you." And I was in shock. She said, "You physically threatened someone. Get your things and leave."
What was going on inside your mind at that time?
Shock. I was in humiliation, just mostly shock.
There's got to be something else to this story. I mean, whose foot did you step on? I mean, is there somebody who's got a thing out for you?
I think it was retaliation. They think that I made reports about the misconduct of other teachers on the campus going
Was there
on.
an affair going on?
Yes, there was.
Okay. And somebody thinks that you blew the whistle on
Right.
the affair. Did you?
No.
What is it that made this person slap a penal code on you?
I think that they had to have something really bad to get rid of me, because professionally there's no way they can get rid of me. I've worked for the district on and off for 30 years. I was at that site for almost 6 years. I had always received the highest possible evaluations from every previous administrator.
You've never had a history with the school
Never.
district of having problems?
Never. I've never been even given a verbal warning for misconduct ever in my life.
Did the principal hear you say this?
No.
So the principal didn't hear you say this.
No.
You say you didn't say it, but there's somebody in between who's got a penal code slapped on you because of hearsay.
Right, it's and anonymously.
How has this affected your career?
I essentially don't have a career. If you get a notice of, quote, non-reelect, you are essentially blacklisted from teaching ever again.
So you don't have a police report, you weren't arrested, but what this has done to your reputation, what this has done to your career, what this has done to your mental health, your family
My
health,
finances.
your finances, how would you describe what it's done in one word?
Devastation, devastated my entire life. And I'm not at an age where I can start over. It's the worst suffering, I think, is my youngest daughter, who's had to live through this. It's been horrendous for her to have a mother who just sits home all day, and some days will cry for 3 days at a time, and can't help her, can't function as a, quote, normal mother that I used to be. It's been horrible for her. It's been the toughest on her.
Anything else that you want to say?
I want my life back. I want to be a teacher. I want to be vindicated, because since I'm off campus, it looks like I'm guilty.
It takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing today.
It's been 2.5 years of something that never goes away.
You want to put it behind you today?
Yes.
You ready to face the lie detector?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get you hooked up.
Okay.
Remain still, the test is about to begin. Are you now sitting down?
Yes.
All questions must be answered by yes or no.
Do you plan to tell the truth on this test about whether you in any manner threatened Principal Urbina?
Yes.
Unrelated to this matter, did you ever try to appear truthful when you knew you were lying?
No.
We allow time between questions to ensure that we record all of the reactions to the questions.
Did you state you would hurt Urbina if you had a gun?
No.
A relevant question covers a single issue.
Unrelated to this matter, did you ever try to appear truthful when you knew you were lying?
No.
Regarding the alleged incident, did you threaten to harm the principal?
No.
This test is over. Remain still for 10 seconds, please.
When we return, did Nicole Manueli really make a terrorist threat? The lie detector, Nicole, has determined that you are. Or was she slandered and maligned by her own fellow teachers? Then the case of George Jordan, a man taken down in a bust by the LAPD for possession of crack cocaine.
And after about 3 or 4 steps, I noticed a guy trying to tackle me.
He says he was framed and that the LAPD manufactured the evidence. And later, actor David Lander, best known as Laverne and Shirley's Squiggy, is hoping to clear his name with us today. Was he fired from several productions because he was a drunk, or was it another kind of disease that caused Squiggy to stumble on set?
They called me into the office and they said, Dave, we think you have a problem.
Can he salvage his reputation? Find out on Lie Detector.